Man, get up here in the Zoloft to get your head right.
Well, hi there. Welcome to the Zoloft. Now, me and much of America's flipped its lid and accepts and encourages men who want to identify themselves as women and go into the women's restroom. It stands to reason that these same people accept the delusion of David Duke thinking he's a Republican. David Duke is about as Christian and Republican as Buffalo Bill would be a real woman in a female skin suit.
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
I ain't gonna do the tuck thing.
Do it for the vine, Zo.
I ain't gonna do it.
Tuck it for the vine.
I ain't gonna do it though. I ain't gonna do it.
Tuck it, man.
Oh, no, I ain't gonna do it. But anyway, man, it's like David Duke is a political tranny. On top of that, he looks like he even used to be a woman. You would think that Cher would love this guy, honey. He's a liberal's dream. He's an effeminate-looking socialist Darwinist who despises the Jews. The dude's got Democrat written all over him, and by the way, that was his party affiliation. His bigoted KKK heydays was while he was a Democrat. The Democrats founded the KKK, who have a special hatred for Jews. The Nazis, acronym for National German Socialist Workers' Party, were socialists, and hated the Jews. What are the Democrats? Socialist and communist philosophies that are rooted in facilitating comforts at the forced expense of others, which is in line with the Democrats being the party of slavery. And they don't dig the Jews. Anyway, this doesn't make David Duke much of a Republican, especially not a Christian, being that Jesus is Jewish and all. You might have missed that memo in that Old Testament that you keep ignoring, David, along with the Holocaust. But since you think you like the New Testament so much, you should be pretty familiar with that part that says, not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven. Or in your case, it'd probably be more like, Lord, Lord. Jesus will say to you, fool, get out of my face, I don't know you. Matthew 7:21-23. You gonna deny the prophecy spoken to me in the OT, huh? Okay, well, who are you expecting? How do you know who's gonna show up, dude? I mean, just like you claim to be a Republican and a Christian when you're really not, anybody can show up and say that they're Jesus, who's really not. And you won't know the difference because you ignore the scriptures that prophesy who I am. And then there's that little thing about you despising my people. Man, your thinking is straight out of the donkey hole. So you don't think that my people were put in ovens, huh? Okay, well, when your behind walks into that eternal oven, I guess you'll believe it then. You don't have to go there, and I don't want you to go there. But you can't be coming up into my hood believing that nonsense that you believe, spread around that mind rot and causing chaos. Hell no. That's right, I said it. Hell no. To the no, Mr. Dookie. David Duke is a confused dude posing as a Christian Republican. And of course, the culture's gonna fall for it because the culture has been wired to accept people's delusions. And if you don't accept what a person identifies themselves as, then there is something wrong with you, not the person with the delusion. Side note, here's how even more screwed up the culture is. If a person of color or a female thinks outside of the liberal narrative, they are cursed and accused of trying to be something else aside from what the liberal narrative mandates them to be. Yet at the same time in loony Liberalville, a man or a woman is congratulated and celebrated if they want to identify as the opposite gender or whatever convoluted gender label they want to label themselves as that starts to sound like one of them complicated drinks at Starbucks. What's even more weird is that these gender confused liberals want all these identity labels while at the same time saying they hate labels. So liberals out there swear that Trump is a big racist because he got some nod from David Duke and supposed racist Republicans. David Duke is a saboteur, and you bean curd brain liberals are falling for it. David Duke despises the Jews. And here we have Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister of the Jewish state of Israel, in trust for Donald Trump's commitment to his alliance with Israel. And you think that this is something David Duke is for? Now, I know that in delusional Democrat world with Common Core math that may add up, but it don't add up in Republican Realville. Just like how y'all are trying to make Steve Bannon out to be an anti-Semite, who works for Breitbart.com, Andrew Breitbart, who is Jewish, along with Joel Pollak, who is Jewish. And Steve will be working with Donald Trump, who is committed to the alliance with the Jewish state of Israel. And what do you Democrats care anyway? You despise the Jews. If you want to accuse anybody of anti-Semitism, look at yourselves. Heck, man, I used to do articles for Breitbart when he had Big Hollywood. Andrew was my friend. But I already know the liberal cop-out. I'm not really black and Andrew wasn't really Jewish. We don't count. Man, your thinking is straight out of the donkey hole. And y'all want to get hung up on David Horowitz over nothing. while Democrats, along with David Duke, are Palestinian sympathizers. And y'all don't think that's anti-Semitic? So Republicans, you gotta do a little bit of house cleaning. You gotta fight back against how liberals are trying to label you. And you know how deceptive they are with labels. Oh, not us, we're not labelers. We hate labels. Label. And people believe that. That's why they're able to get away with that stuff. Labeling people, labeling themselves while saying they hate labels. So anyway, y'all, share this video along with the hashtag dump David Duke. He is not one of us, and don't let them associate him with us. David Duke is not widely dug by Republicans. Ronald Reagan didn't dig him either. Hey, Ronnie, can I get that endorsement? I think you better get out of my face. It's not like David Duke got in office because he was really liked. It's more like the person he was running against just really sucked. All David Duke pretty much had to say was, he's gonna raise your property taxes, I won't. And he won. So anyway, y'all, make sure you share this video with your friends, family, or even people who get on your nerves. Visit my website, AlfonZoRachel.com, if you'd like to support. You can get my audiobook, Weapon of ASS Destruction, American Socialist States. Check it out. You'll have a blast nuking the liberal narrative with it. And while you're there, you can rock out with my band, 20 Pound Sledge, and grab our album. It's a dirty sound with a clean message. Get our shirts and get our coffee, Sledge Brew by Devil Dog Brew. It tastes like our sound, deep and strong with melodic dark chocolate notes and driven. Yeah, makes you want to percolate. Or you can just drop some love in that tip jar. Make it rain, baby. I ain't gonna do it though.